first of all, somewhere around 95 or 96 of all percent of all abortions are done in the first trimester. So the huge majority are. None of us know what the circumstances are for any woman who in her 4th or 5th month decides to end a pregnancy. Does she have a Down syndrome she can't deal with? Does she have an anencephalic child or somebody that's a fetus? Does she have something that's not going to be able to survive after birth? Does she have cancer of the breast and need to have an abortion so that she can get chemotherapy to be alive for her children? Or is she just not willing and ready to be a mother right then, and for whatever reason has found herself at that advanced stage? And so, we are not in a position where we should be judging anybody and why they choose to have an abortion at whatever stage they do. It is not a real common thing to have women in that stage. But I will always refer a woman at whatever stage of pregnancy she is to somebody who can help her if I cannot. And I am not willing to decide for her. None of us should be ever able to. The government shouldn't be able to. Another physician shouldn't be able to. Only person who can decide whether or not that pregnancy is going to go full term is the woman and her own physician.
Part of the thing about late-term abortion is that it's one of these areas that is very, very, very rare when you consider abortion overall, but it's made a very big deal out of by the anti-abortion movement, and it's used to confuse and muddle people a lot. And I think, we have to come back to the fact that until a fetus is, as long as it's a fetus, it really is a subordinate part of a woman's body. It's not an independent biological being or independent social being. It's part of a woman's body. Increasingly, women are getting later term abortions because it's increasingly difficult to find them early. Mm-hmm. And the onus for that is on the movement to end abortion. It's, having to go through waiting periods, having to travel across state lines, having to get a mandatory, approval of your parents, having to go to fake clinics and get the runaround. All these things are what millions of women face every day right now. And this is why, and it's true, women they discover their pregnancy later, they don't know how to protect themselves. All of this is at the fault and at the foot of the Christian fascist anti-abortion movement. They are responsible for this. And then when they create conditions that force women to wait later and later to get abortions and have a harder and harder time, and then they demonize women for being stuck in that position, we cannot accept that framework in those terms. And the whole thing is illegitimate. I just have to say, and her thing, you don't know what each woman is going through. But the greater context of why are we putting on a procedure that's so rare, late-term abortion, and for the most women who do it, it is late enough in their pregnancy that they decided they wanted a child, and there's either a health complication of their own lives or the fetus is not developing well.